All right, so we're going to be taking a look at Austin Jackson's rookie year, left tackle for the Miami Dolphins. I have pretty much been consistent about not really loving Austin Jackson too much. I didn't really like the pick when we took him. And I thought he really struggled last year. Hopefully he does improve, but, you know, it is what it is. Let's go ahead and get into it. By the way, I did skip the Bills game because everybody played bad except for Lynn Bowden in that game. So, base is a little bit too wide here. Typically, you want your feet relatively parallel to your shoulders. Hands are okay there. And this is why you don't really want your base to be that wide. Look at when the defender goes to change directions here. He takes him to the outside, but his base is so wide that when he goes back in, he's got so far to go to be able to change direction. Oh, my bad. That's one thing I can't stand either. Watch this motion of the left arm. You see how he's basically just like almost like a left cross, like he's just trying to slap his shoulder? No. Look at Robert Hunt. This is actually a perfect example. Let's take a look at Robert. That's a little better. It's not perfect from Robert Hunt either. But you see how Robert Hunt has his hands tucked in by his chest so that when the time comes, he can fire them out and get his hands inside like that? Look at that. That's a great hold. And you see now that he's got his hands inside, this defender can't really reach him. You see that? Well, Austin Jackson is just kind of slapping that shoulder. So now his hand is outside, and he's giving up his chest willingly. And also, see the way he's leaning? You're giving up your chest, and then you're leaning into him. You know how easy it would be for him to grab onto that jersey and just pull him to the ground if he chose to? Austin Jackson is basically asking him to do it. He's like, hey, defender, pull on my jersey and make me eat grass. Please? I need some veggies in my diet. My jersey's too white and clean. I need to get it dirty. Again, the hand placement. He's swinging it. He's swinging it to the outside shoulder. I can't stand it. He also doesn't handle stunts at all. So right here, this is kind of a communication between the entire offensive line. Someone should have said stunt here. And when that happens, Austin Jackson should be passing this defender on to Ereck Flowers and then flipping his hips to deal with this. I think that's Arden Key. I think that's who that defender is. But that's what should be happening. You should be passing him to Ereck Flowers and going to deal with this. He kind of does it, but he does it late. If Tua were to try to scramble to his left, he would have gotten sacked. Okay. With the way that the goalpost was, that almost looked like an 8. 78. So. So I'm not a big fan of that either. He might have been told to do it this way. To be fair, he probably was. This is the read. Okay, never mind. But you see with his hands, he just misses with his hands, like, consistently. He's just not good with them. And then he's just kind of looking lost. That's one thing I can't stand either. He isn't reading what the defender is doing to him. He's automatically assuming what he's doing. So the defenders have consistently taken his outside shoulder because he's not that confident in his hands. You can see that, you know, with that swiping motion that he does. So he's not confident in his hands. So he's trying to overcompensate by trying to guess what they're going to do with his feet. So the second the ball is snapped, he's already going way too far on the toward the outside. So when the defender goes inside, he's caught out of position. And he's got to try to rush to try to get back to him. And Ereck Flowers isn't going to be able to get there. And this isn't Ereck Flowers' fault. This is Austin Jackson's fault. Now, what happens here, that's a different conversation. That's everybody else being a fuck up, too. But watch your feet there, man. There was a particular moment there that was dangerous. I just missed it. Right here. If the defender were to really push right here, Austin Jackson would have been on his ass. He's only got 1 foot on the ground. His base is narrow as shit. This is not where you're strong. His technique is all over the place, man. There you go. Yeah. Keep your feet moving. Keep driving. Watch this. Watch his hands. You see that? He's tucking his arms in, ready to punch out. Like I said, he does it, gets his hand, watch the face mask, but he gets his hands inside, and he doesn't move. He keeps driving, keeps his feet moving. His feet could be a little bit wider. They're a little narrow, but his hands are good there. And I think that's Arden Key. He doesn't move at all. There you go. More of that. All right, so you have some help on this side now. You've got 2 tight ends over here. Okay. I don't mind this play. Let's slow it down. Got a guy in motion. Yeah, again, I don't mind this one. So he seems to have the idea in run blocking. He gets that hand inside, he fires it, and he keeps driving. He seems to have the idea of what to do when he's run blocking. But his pass sets, he just loses that technique. I don't get it. He needs to translate that. I feel you. This is actually something I like here. So, the play is going to the right. Austin Jackson isn't going to be able to get over here to be able to help with any of this, to help with this whole mob. So he just wants to put his hands on somebody. I can appreciate that. I prefer that over the Ereck Flowers thing just kind of standing there. Put your hands on somebody. I feel you. That's not bad. And that's way more patient. That's way more patient. See, he's not like trying to overcompensate with his feet. He's moving slowly, but he's reading what the defender is trying to do. He's not trying to guess that he's going hard outside or hard inside. He's reading what he's doing and using his feet to react to that. He could tuck his hands in a little bit better, but that's nitpicky. This is much better than what we were saying earlier. Staying patient. Right here, he's almost got it. Just tuck him in a little bit more. And then fire out. Only thing, keep fighting to get that other hand inside. That's the only thing. But I don't mind this. I don't mind that. That was pretty good. Good footwork on that one. Ugh. So here is mostly body control. At this point, you need to full-on dedicate yourself to trying to block this dude. He is on a crossing route inside. At this point, it's Ereck Flowers' problem. He's Ereck Flowers' problem. You got to deal with this guy. So let's go do that. But because you don't react to that fast enough, you're not able to really get a hold of him. Luckily, Tua's gotten rid of the ball by then. But yeah, that was both of them. We just did not handle stunts well at all last year. Actually, no, that was Austin Jackson's fault. That was Austin Jackson's fault. Ereck Flowers did what he was supposed to do. Watch the face mask, though, Eric. Well, he's not on our team anymore, so who cares? But he sees this crossing route happen. Well, crossing route, Jesus. He sees this stunt happening. So Ereck Flowers does the right thing by trying to pass him on to Austin Jackson. He's seen this before. He knows what's about to happen. So he's trying to pass him on to Austin Jackson so he can get his hands on this dude. But Austin Jackson doesn't see it. So this just falls apart. And now he's sitting here trying to grab his fucking ankle. And Ted Karras ends up having to come in to save this. Ted Karras luckily sees this and squares up with this dude so Ereck Flowers can re-respond to Arden Key. To re-engage with him, I should say. And Tua takes off. Okay. Got his hand inside. I still want to see you get your hands inside a little bit more and also stop crossing your feet. But overall, that's not terrible. I didn't like the footwork on that one. Boy, is he lost sometimes in zone run. And the thing is, you would think that Austin Jackson would be a really good zone runner because he does move decently. Like, look how quick he takes off here. Like, he has the athleticism to be really good in zone run. But he's also lost as fuck once he gets there. Like, he should be climbing up to get to this linebacker. That's what he should be doing. But he just kind of runs out there and misses him. Like, Ahmed should not be squaring up with this linebacker. This linebacker should be a non-issue. That's the thing. Austin Jackson is strong enough. He is quick enough, but his technique is just bad. Look at this. Look at it. Look. I don't like lunging. He's kind of lunging. This kind of exposes a cloth pull as well. But I do like where your hands are at. Your base looks good. Anchor looks good. Anchor looks real good. You're driving him. There you go. That's a good rep. No lunging, please. Let's go to a different game. Let's go... How long have I been recording? Time, 17 minutes? Okay, cool. Let's go to... What's a really good D-line that we faced? Look at Buffalo. Let's look at the Chargers. Look at the Chargers game. Let's get a full drive. Here we go. Let's go to the second quarter. This is why. So we can get this view. That's a good pass there. Watch this. We've been mentioning them not being able to pass each other along. Not being able to pass defenders along. Look at this between him and Eric Flowers. This one's good. Keeps his hands inside. Decent base. They should have just kept the combo block going though at this point. But yeah, that's pretty good. So there's flashes of things happening. One sec. Sorry about that. I thought I had a sneeze and then I didn't sneeze. So sorry about that. I'd like to see you finish there. Keep your hands on that dude. This is kind of what we talked about before. He's got some weird footwork. Bad snap by Ted too. But it's not what we're here to watch. That's one thing I can't stand either. That little one-hand slap. Get both your hands on that dude. By the way, he's supposed to be working out with us, Melvin Ingram. That could be cool. A little one-year deal, but anyway. I guess that dates when I've actually recorded this. Not much to really talk about in that last one. We need to finish, man. Get your hands inside and drive. You basically push the defender into Smythe. Because you didn't finish. Not much to talk about there. Okay. I'm not sure if this is what he was supposed to do. I'm gonna guess not. See, this is what I'm talking about. Like I said, he has the athleticism to be really good in zone. But he just doesn't look to be, like, the mental processing part of it it's just not there. He should be climbing up to this linebacker here to take him away. Because if he has this linebacker blocked, then Solomon Kinley can keep going and get a hold of this guy. And that leaves this whole left side wide open for Ahmed. Instead, Austin Jackson's just kind of looking at nothing. He's not doing anything. I don't have anything to say about that one. Gonna punt. Let's go to the fourth. Oh, my bad. I guess it would be the third. But I do like that view. We can see his hands and stuff more properly with this view. See what I mean about him overcompensating for shit? Jesus. That actually might not be on him. That might be the design of the play, because you see Eric Flowers pulling like that. So maybe not that one, but let's go to a different game. Watch a little bit of another one. But we are seeing that his technique just really needs to improve. Let's watch the Raiders. Let's watch New England. Why not? Let's go to the second quarter. That's a good rep. Get your hands inside. Good base. Keep that second hand on him, though. Don't just try to block him with just your left hand. That's going to drive me nuts. You're letting him take your chest. Use that right hand to swipe this arm down and recapture the center. That's a good rep. I hope it's clear that when I'm saying it's a good rep, it doesn't mean it's a good play for the Dolphins as a whole. It's just good rep for him specifically. Not bad. I still want you to tuck your hands in and punch, but I'm not a big fan of him getting his hands on the outside. But he got the job done, so it's okay. That was more on Kinley. They gotta start handling stuns better, though. Seriously. Right here. They should have been passing them along to each other. Austin Jackson and Solomon Kinley. I don't know what's happening on this right side. The whole goddamn thing collapsed, but if I were playing against the Dolphins, I'd be running stunts all day against this until they stop it. Yeah, that's why you don't want your feet getting narrow like that. You're lucky this isn't a stronger player. Decent. He's a little bit better in the run. I just wish the hand placement would translate to the pass sets. Because like I said, he does have the strength and the athleticism to be solid. But his technique is bad. I think I pretty much made my point, though. But anyway, that's going to be it for this video. If you liked it, appreciate hitting that like button. If you have any questions or comments, leave in the comments down below. Subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you next time. Bye, guys. So, pretty much every YouTuber on this platform is pretty much doing ads like this. YouTube's ad revenue is broken. It doesn't really pay well anymore, so we have to look to outside sources to make our income. And if you like what I'm doing and you want to support me, I would greatly appreciate you going over to my Patreon. It doesn't take much. Just $1 a month would really help me out quite a bit and continue to help me be able to put out these videos, because I put a lot of time and effort into it, especially during draft season, watching the film and everything like that. So I would greatly appreciate you guys going to check out my Patreon. It is Anime Dolphin, no capitalization. The link to it will be in the description of this video and pretty much every video moving forward. So yeah, if you want to help support me, that'd be greatly appreciated. There's multiple different tiers. It's all explained well on my Patreon account. And if you want to check that out, it would be greatly appreciated. Thank you.